My name is Immortality West. Today, I'm very happy to talk to you guys. And I have some things on my mind and I would like to share. By the way, I hope you guys are enjoying the channel this year. I told you that this year is going to be a very, very crazy year. And I'll be bringing a lot of stuff and a lot of revolutions for you guys, a lot of spells. And so far, I hope you people are enjoying the channel. And I want you guys to practice the stuff that I have been bringing out. I'm also going to be bringing more explosive contents as time goes on. So I hope you're all having a wonderful time. When I said that this channel is going to be lit this year, a lot of people didn't believe me, but now we are seeing how it's going. Today, I want to talk about the topic of hearing the call of the ancestors. Heeding to this call to follow the path of African spirituality. How to follow these paths. We like to call this the pathless paths, simply because of the fact that practicing African spirituality today, even in Africa, is considered as an act of rebellion. In fact, this is one of the highest form of rebellion today, to practice your own native African spirituality practices. Due to the advent of Christianity and Islam, I will say that they have almost succeeded in eradicating the practice or the aspect of African spirituality that is connected to divinity. So if you tell somebody today that you practice African spirituality, the first thing we see on their face, they will express some sort of shock. Wow, you practice African spirituality, then the next thing is that they are going to look you with a kind of negative connotation, like you're an evil person or you're a backward person, somebody that they consider as in primitive, as in somebody that is not updated with modern reality, somebody that is that's a very low mentality, and they see you with the eyes of a fetish mentality. If you tell the average African today that you are a Buddhist, they will not argue, they will not lift a finger. If you say, I practice Hinduism, they will not lift the finger. If you say, I'm a Jehovah's Witness, I am a Muslim, I practice any other religious system, they will not say anything. But immediately you say you practice African spirituality, you are viewed as the like the most dangerous person, like you are capable of doing anything. They view with the eyes of somebody that is a ritualist. They view with the eyes of somebody that is wicked, somebody that we consider evil. This is the mentality we have today from our own African brothers. This have made it very difficult for people to practice African spirituality. A lot of people, however, practice African spirituality in the closet. They go to church, go to mosque, they try to behave like regular people, but in the secrecy of their houses, they practice African spirituality. When they have problems that they cannot solve, that Christianity cannot solve, even medical doctors, scientists cannot solve, their last bus stop is African spirituality. They remove every shame, they remove every kind of inhibitions there. Try to find some spiritualists or African traditionalists to go to meet for solution of such kind of problems. So with the kind of persecution that African spirituality is facing today, not only in the continent, in other parts of the world, I have had people in some countries like Jamaican and some islands, Trinidad and Tobago, or St. Kitts, some of these Caribbean islands, people there told me that African spirituality is banned, that they banned it. You cannot even practice it in those places. Can you imagine? So people practice it serious and secretly. They practice it secretly. They synchronize it with Christianity, so that you will think that they are practicing Christianity, but they are doing the other thing. So it's under serious persecution. So In this kind of day and time, how do you follow that pathless path? How do you practice your spirituality without the fear of being ostracized, or being sacked from your job, or being excommunicated from your family, or being regarded as a threat to humanity, or treated as a black sheep, or somebody that is a persona non grata? This is the issue that many of us are facing today. Even as the world is going, we are in the year 2023. A lot of people still have this kind of persecution. We still have it in Africa. And this is a serious problem. It's a serious problem for the mere fact that we need to survive, and Africa needs to survive. So in this day and age, whereby people are not allowed to follow their own kind of spirituality, somebody that is hearing the call of the ancestors, when you know that deep down, you know that this religion, this Christianity and Islam is not right, something is wrong with it, it is wrong, but you just cannot switch, or you just cannot even say it for fear of persecution, for fear that things, you just cannot be able to take the negativity that will come with speaking your mind. How do you survive? This is a challenge for many people. I have come to realize that in the practice of African spirituality, it's not really a matter of choice. It just happens naturally. It's a calling. And I believe that every African, deep down in their hearts, they have this calling. We African people have always been practicing African spirituality since time we came into being. We just got interrupted by Christianity. I will say, especially most of us Christians in West Africa, within the last 200 years. When Islam came to Africa, of course, Islam came on the year 640 AD. They were in Africa for 1,300 years, doing their rubbish, their slave trade, stealing our lands in northern Africa. But they didn't really penetrate deep before Christianity came. They were able to take over Egypt. They are still there today. They took over Tunisia. They took over Morocco, Algeria, Mauritius, Angola. They were coming down. If you see the way they were coming down, they even got to Nigeria. He came in with Usman Dan Fodio. He took over northern Nigeria. He was pushing his Islamic jihad down to the whole of Nigeria. He got to Abuja. He got to even Awushi before these Christians took over, chased the Moors out of Spain in 11 AD. So during that time, the Moors now they were chased out of Spain, and Christianity was able to take over Islam, and transatlantic slave trade started, which lasted 400 years. But meanwhile, Islam has been able to penetrate the whole of Northern Africa. That's why the whole of Northern Africa are Islamic-speaking countries today. They are Arabs that are living there. They are not real Africans. They are not authentic Africans. Okay? So those people now, those land they are living, they are like stolen lands, of course. We still have some pockets of black people living there, but the black people in those Northern African countries, they don't have political power anymore. Many of them don't even have economic power. So the Arabs are the one controlling those Northern African countries, pushing their policies everywhere. Okay. So what we have now in a place like Nigeria, half of the country is Islamic, the other half is Christian. The northern part of Nigeria is run by the Muslims, the southern part is occupied by Christians, but the Muslims, they are still in power, still controlling things in that country today. So we have this persecution, this religious persecution of native African spirituality. Anywhere you see Islam and Christianity, in order for them to strive, they have to destroy your indigenous spiritual systems. Tell you they are demonic, you cannot practice them. They will destroy your altars, destroy your shrines, burn everything, kill the priests, kill the people that are carrying out the services of those spiritual systems. They destroy everything. Till today, they still burn African shrines in Africa. You see pastors saying they are doing deliverance. They will go to a community being led by brainwashed or wicked members of those communities. They will burn down the shrine of the community, claiming that it is the shrine that is bringing evil upon the land. They have burned so many shrines in Nigeria, yet the country is still as backward as ever. The Christianity that is claiming to bring progress and the rest, they are the ones doing all the evil. I don't see the evil that African spirituality is doing in Africa. I did not see African people that have been going to kill other people and destroy their altars and take their properties. It's only Christianity and Islam that does this kind of stealing and exploitation and genocide. You will not see any African spiritual system that engages in genocide, widespread genocide of invading other people's country, stealing their land, stealing their properties, and claiming it as your own. And yet they say African spirituality is bad. So, in this day and age, if you find yourself for someone that is raised in a Christian home or Islamic home, you're raised as a Christian, but deep down you know that this religion is wrong, it's not working for you. You now want to switch. How do you switch? The thing I will say is that most times I advise people, with my experience that I have, that if you are from a Christian family and you now discover the truth about the Christianity, if you are still under the uh, authority or under the roof of your parents, maybe they are the ones paying your school fees, training you, feeding you, doing some things for you, it is better for you not to come out openly to tell them that you don't want to observe this religion anymore. Because most times, if you come out like that, what will happen is that they will stop paying your school fees, they will stop taking care of you, they will stop doing the things they are doing for you, and then they were going to make your life very, very difficult, especially if they have some very evil people in that family that don't even want your progress or they don't want to see you go forward in life. All of them are going to work together to make sure that they totally destroy any goodness or any benefits you're going to get from those places. So the best thing is to pretend, just follow suit, pretend that you're following the religion the way you have completed your studies, you have gotten what you want from them, then you go your own way and you start practicing your own thing. I have learned this experience the hard way, and I have seen this happen to many people. So I advise them that before you come out of the closet that you practice African spirituality, make sure you are independent, make sure you are on your own, that nobody can be able to use any kind of sanction to affect your life in any way, to make your life difficult or to affect you. So you have to pretend, just pretend to follow them, go to their church, go to their ceremonies, or do all the nonsense they are doing. Then when you are independent, you start your practice, okay? Because the enemies that you are facing, they are very, very large in numbers. There are many people will come out just by seeing you practicing African spirituality. What if there anything they say against you is what people will believe, because all of them will feel that you are an enemy of Christianity. They see you as an enemy. So if they lie against you, people will believe that lie, except that you are ready for that kind of confrontation before you can come out. So just behave with them and finish up what you are getting there. After you finish your school, you go your own way. But if you are already independent or you don't care, you are tired of the whole thing, you are very free to express yourself and let whatever will happen take its course. Actually, this African spirituality practice is a call that you hear from within. You hear this call calling you, something is calling you back to the ways of the ancestors, something is calling you to nature, calling you to look away from what these people are trying to show you, from look away from the distractions of the world, from what you see on TV, what you see on the news, all these different advertisement programs that are trying to take your attention. When something keeps calling you from within to look from all those things, You listen to this call, you listen to this voice, and you follow this voice. Once you follow this voice, it can take you to anywhere. And the path is not always a smooth path. This is what I want to tell you. It's a rocky path. It's a path that we filled with a lot of obstacles. It's filled with a lot of situations or circumstances that we change you, that we open your eye, that we expose you to different realities that you will not even know, different possibilities that we not even know exist. Maybe if you just go to your church, the only thing you know, you go to church, go to your school, you go to your house, your family, like the way most Christians revolve: church, work, family, church, work, family. They don't know anything outside that life. They don't have any experience outside that life. So it's like they have just been trained, like when you rear animals in a farm, this thing they call animals husbandry. The animals are just living their life within that farm. They don't even know that there's a bigger world outside. There are jungles, there are other places. The animals only know that they wake up in the morning, they see food, they eat, they go out, they play. Sometimes the masters come to check on them, maybe vaccinate them, beat them, take them back to the barn. They just move like this. This is the way most Christians and religious people live their life. They are being reared to for something that will be slaughtered in the end. That is why they call them sheep. Okay, they have no authority by themselves. They are under the authority of their master or their shepherds. So they are sheep naturally. They have agreed to be sheep. But the part of our African spirituality, we are gods. This is the part of gods. This is the part of immortals. This is the part of people that will live forever. Immortality is not promised to everyone. Okay, this is another misconception that religion is giving to people, that once you just believe in the deity, when you die, your spirit will live forever. Blah blah blah. You go to heaven. That is a very big lie. Not every human being will achieve immortality. And yes, spirit dies. Spirits do die. And even in strange aeons, even death may die. Death can also die. Death with time can also forget their work, can also forget their purpose. So spirits are not promised immortality. Okay? So many of these ships you see today, all these religious people, many of them are just children of dust. We call them children of men. They are like dust, raised from dust, and when they die, they are going back to the dust. Their spirits too are going back to the dust. Their spirit will die because their spirits have no connection to divinity. They are like clones. Clones, they are not real people. They have never been real people. They have never experienced real life. They don't even know what it is to live. They have only been doing what they have been told to do since they were born. And when they die, the spirit will have no knowledge, no access to anywhere to go. As time goes by, that spirit will fade away. Okay? For people that want to know about how spirits or the life of spirit, there's this film, this wonderful Netflix movie that just came out. They call it the something something, the blight of a winch manor or something. I'm going to do, I don't know about the name yet. I'm going to do a video on that movie on its own. It's something that is worth watching. It talks about the spirits or characteristics of spirits, what happens to people when they die, how people can be able to achieve immortality. It's a very good movie. It's a Netflix series that I really want people to watch. Okay, The Haunting of a Bly Manor. This is the name, The Haunting of Bly Manor, BLY. Okay, I will do a video on it exclusively because it's something that was able to explain spirits, human spirits, what happens when people die, how a spirit can be able to trap other spirits, and how they can be able to move on, and what happens to a spirit when people forget them. The truth of the matter is that when a spirit, somebody dies, if nobody remembers you as a person, that spirit begins to fade away with time. As years pass, as hundreds of years pass, that spirit begins to fade away, especially when there's no remembrance. Nobody remembers you. Even the people that used to know you during your lifetime, they have already died. The spirit will begin to forget who they are, and they will just fade away into the oblivion or into wherever they are going. So spirits die. Okay. So not every spirit will achieve immortality. This is the painful reality, but it is the truth. Okay. So how do you achieve immortality as a human? This is what we need to know. The way to achieve immortality is to be authentic as possible when you are alive. You have to be true to who you are, true to your spirit, true to your soul, true to your nature. You can only be true to who you really are when you have a good knowledge of self, when you know who you really are. Most people today, they don't have knowledge of self. They don't know who they are. Many Africans, many people, I call them matter. They're just occupying space. You see them dressing up every day, eating, drinking, doing things. Not every human being you see walking are human beings. So all of us are not the same. This is a fact you need to know. According to George Owen, all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Some of us are more spiritually diverse than the rest. Some of us are conscious of the planet, conscious of our situation, conscious of what is going on. Why some people, they are just daft. They don't know what is going on. They don't even care to know. They are just living life, occupying space, eating, going to bed, pooping, drinking, having sex, nothing more. They're just living like farm animals. Okay, so we have a large portion of the human population are like this. These are the people that Bill Gates and his gang will like to call the useless eaters. These are the people that some of these so-called Western people, this the population agenda groups are trying to weed at excess human bodies. They call them cannon folders, trying to weed. We have so many humans like this, but these people they are trying to weed that they are the ones that also are responsible for making these people that way, making them to lose consciousness so that they can make money. When you cut people off from their source, you cut people from authentic spirituality, you cut people from the truth that will connect them to the planets, that will make them live forever. You turn them into kind of livestock to sustain your empire, to sustain your business model. This is what capitalism does. And now that you have too much of them on the planet, you now want to get rid of them. But it's too late. We have many of these kind of people. These people, they will not live forever. Their spirits are not going anywhere. They don't have anywhere to go. They don't know anywhere to go. They don't know anything about spirit, and they don't even care. A lot of atheists, a lot of religious people, a lot of them are in this category. So how do you separate yourself from these people? And how do you become immortal? This is the matter. You do this by following the ways of the ancestors, by heeding to the call. This call of connecting to your source, connecting to nature, hearing the voice of the ancient ones, and following the path of the ancient ones. This is what makes you immortal. Mind you, we have many people that have come before us that have achieved these states. We have many African people as well, our ancient African ancestors. You achieve immortality by planning for the future, especially the future of the unborn ones, by planning for them, by living your truth, by connecting to the heads, becoming part of this nexus, of this great circle of life, okay, of giving, taking, and following this circle, trying to live in harmony with the head. This is how you become immortal. Okay, Once you are connected to the earth, you're connected to your authentic deities. You actually become like a powerhouse or a life source, instead of you now becoming a parasite to just keep taking without giving back. Uh, you become something that is powering the force of nature, or you powering the activities, or you become part of the ecosystem of the whole system that is currently existing, both spiritually and physically. So this is what enables you to achieve this state of immortality, so that when you cross over, you keep on doing the thing that you have been doing, because the celestial forces, they see you as something that is needed, something that is actually active, something that is playing a vital role that they cannot get rid of. So it's like you bring yourself into the system, you become part of the collective that is working for the greater good of the universe. So this is what will make you earn your immortality. But if you are just somebody that is only taking, consuming, you're not adding back, you're not trying to connect yourself, all you want is just to eat, do your nonsense, and follow your fake religion that is not taking you to anywhere. When this person dies, quite naturally, the person will be recycled, because the person did not learn anything, he did not connect. He will recycle through process of reincarnation sometimes, to be given another opportunity to see if they can be able to add value to humanity or to the system. But if the person continues to fail, with time, the person will fade away, because it will be obvious that the person have nothing to offer. So there's no point of bringing them back. So the person will fade away. The spirits will get to a point that there will be no more chance for reincarnation. So they'll just be there floating, roaming, doing whatever rubbish they have been doing, until everybody will forget about them. Then as they begin to fade away, they will become what we call the shadow people. These are the faceless legions of gnomes, people that you don't see their faces anymore. They don't even know who they are anymore. They don't even know their name. They're just roaming the astral world, roaming the spirit plane. They have forgotten everything about their previous life. This is how they will just slip away into the oblivion. So this is what will happen to many people, many of these religious people, with time, because they are not living any authentic life. They don't understand the principles of nature, and they have continued to fail to learn. So naturally, they will have to be uh, relegated to wherever it's necessary for them to be. So not everybody will achieve immortality. Okay, you have to work for it. You have to earn it. So the way to go about this is to walk the path of the ancestors. If you have this call in you, then you have work to do. And I advise you, if you feel this urge is very strong inside you, and you have been able to achieve this level of independence, maybe the spirits have been guiding you to a point whereby you have been able to stand on your feet, then I don't see why you should waste any more time in heeding the call. You need to do something. You need to start learning about yourself, learning about your history. You need to create this sacrifice. You must learn. The thing is not easy. It's not an easy path. So don't expect it to be something that you can just lie on your bed and everything will just work. You must work towards it. How do you do this work towards it? You actually learn. You start by knowing yourself. You study your authentic African history. Then you study your authentic African spirituality. This is how you do it. Okay, you must read. You must learn it. If you don't want to learn it, you can watch it. We have a lot of resources on the internet now. Some people cannot read. Some people have difficulty reading. Some people don't have time. You can watch videos. You do things that will move you towards that level. Then you have to practice. You have to have an altar, of course. You have to have an altar in your house, and you put the pictures of your deity or your ancestors there. And from time to time, you give them time. by sitting there, actually focusing your mind on them, meditating, doing things there, giving offerings. This is the way we do it. This is the way everybody do it, okay? This is what I teach on this channel. The importance of creating this space in this physical world is the essence of opening the gates so that those ones that have lived before us can be able to have a space in your hearts. This is very important. For remembering them, you are also making them to become immortal. And you are also opening this gate for them to teach you the things of the spirits that will also make you achieve the same immortality as well. And you can be able to draw their attention into this physical world, whereby you can be able to have a direct contact or communication with them for guidance, protection, prosperity, and empowerment of whatever you are doing. Okay, so the physical altar also have a spiritual counterpart as well. By you giving attention to this, you are actually powering them. You are actually creating a space for yourself in the spirit world. Okay, you are actually building your own temple in the spirit world so that when you cross over, you will have somewhere to go to. Okay, so the essence of doing these things is that we are strengthening our spiritual connection, and we are creating our own spiritual temple that is connected to that ancient temple of divinity, whereby the ancient ones have always been living, residing. Okay, so all the altars are connected in the spirit world. The altars of people are connected to that of their ancestors, which are also connected to that of their ancestors, which are also connected. So we have this chain, this from the ancient time past, this long chain of connection that is reaching this very present moment, because we are the seeds of the ones that have come before us. So we have to maintain that chain. We have to maintain that ancient lineage. So and we have to power this connection. We power it by the things that we do concerning it. These are the stuff that I teach on this channel. These are some of the stuff that I talk about on this channel. Okay. Then we go about by trying to see out what we can do to improve the situation of the planets, and try to impose our will upon these planets to make it a better place than we meant it. They said that a man who is not better than his ancestors is a disgrace to his generation. So we need to seek to do better. We need to try to innovate our spirituality to bring it to terms with modern times. Okay, we don't need to be repeating tradition. So we must apply our spirituality. We must advance it. We must take it to the next level. And this is what we're trying to do here. We do this by making use of modern technologies, making use of the internet, making use of modern facilities. Try to get this message out there, writing books, preserving the knowledge, passing it down to the next generation, and a lot more things that we can do. So these are some of the things that you need to do. The main thing is that once you have decided to embark on this path and the spirits have pushed you, it means that you have a work to do to move the consciousness of humanity forward. So if you are already independent, I don't think you should waste time anymore. You should not speculate. Delay is dangerous because we have forces that are actually working against people connecting, people becoming divine. There are forces that are working against people becoming immortal. For whatever reason, we have negative forces on this planet, and a lot of them, which are interested in the dissolution and destruction of humanity. And these are people, many of them are in human forms like you. As you are here for a purpose to move humanity forward, they are also here for destroying humanity. You can see this how some people are destroying other people's countries, climate change, the system of capitalism. We see the evil people working every day. We see the good people also working every day. Everybody is doing their part. Some people are building, some people are tearing down. So which one are you? If you have been called to be a builder and you are not doing your job, it means that you are actually failing the planet. You are failing your responsibility. Okay? You have a destiny to do work, to be like a pillar of humanity, to be a focal point that will inspire others to move, to help other people, but you are not doing the job. It means that you're just like the other people that are destroying, or you are, there's this saying that the silent is consent. You are actually supporting them. So if you have this call, you know that you have this thing beating in your heart, you cannot sleep, the thing is telling you to come out, to pushing you towards African spirituality. Don't worry about what will happen. That is the truth. Just come outside and start practicing. It can be simply you pouring libation. Start with anything you know. Even it's lighting candle, saying prayer. Doing something is better than not doing anything. Start with what you know. Start with what you can use. Can be simply just blowing native shock, simply going to river. Anything you can be able to do to connect to nature. If involve you planting a flower, do it. Okay, anything involve you making contact with the earth, do it. Involve you helping another human being, do it. Anything, once it's called start, just start doing something. Okay, start from there. And once you get on this path, the spirits that will always guide you, they will always come to you to protect you, and they will provide the things that you need to see you through. One thing, you know that you are not going to die. No matter what happens, nobody will, they cannot kill you. Nobody can be able to kill you, but you might go through a little bit of difficulty, but you will succeed, because if it's your calling, you must do it. Nothing will happen to you until you have been able to do the things that you were sent here to do. Okay, so you don't need to worry about dying. You are not going to die. You will always see people that will help you. You will see help. You will see people that will come to give you those things that you need to do the work. So just start doing the work. This is my advice to you. So those people that are wasting time, delaying, uh, many of them are ashamed. I have this friend. She used to be my student from a country, a woman, very rich woman. She has the call to do the work of African spirituality, but due to the fact that she have a very high status, according to her, in her own mind, she's somebody that people look up to in society. She's a big woman. This woman is a big woman. She's ashamed to practice African spirituality because people will laugh at her. That's what she thinks. That what will people do? People will, oh, me, society lady, as big as I am, I cannot be seen to associate with anything African spirituality. People will look me as a fetish person, or it will stain my reputation. So what she does is that she will be contracting people, spiritualists, give them money, help me to do this right, help me to do this right. But in her own situation, she don't want to touch anything with her hands. So if you see this person, you will never think that she has any association with this. But her calling was supposed to be somebody like supposed to be a priest, and she knows this. The spirits always come to disturb her, tell her this is what is supposed, but she has refused to heed the call. So she got to a certain level in life, and she cannot be able to move beyond that point because she has practically done nothing to enhance her spirituality, to actually do the things she was supposed to be doing. So she was kind of frozen in that point of progress. She could not go beyond that point. She tried everything, do so many things, she just could not point. The spirits were telling her to do the work, but she refused to do the work. So at the end of the day, she made up her mind that she's not going to do it. She's not going to do anything. If she cannot get what she wants in life, then she will just leave. So she left. She stopped believing in spiritual stuff. She just started living her life mundane like that herself. Although she's still living, she's still, to her, she's happy. But her destiny, she has refused to fulfill her destiny. So she has accepted to live the mundane life rather than fulfill her destiny because of shame and what people will say. So So this is the person. The person is still there, still my friend, but this is what she chooses. There are many people like this. Not only she, so many people that have this mentality that say that, oh, instead of me to associate with African spirituality, some of them will even rather die. This is how deep it goes. That we even rather die than even practice African spirituality or even be seen to do anything like that. They see their ancestors as demons. They see their African spirituality as evil, as fetish, as something that is backward. They have totally rejected it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. I have seen so many people in Africa that have washed their hands and their leg off African spirituality. If you mention it to them, you are in problem. You will never come to their house again. They will never speak to you again. There are so many people like this in Nigeria, so many people like this in Africa. So it is their choice. There's nothing we can do for them. They have accepted that they have renounced it. They don't want to have anything to do with it. They want to follow Christianity. Well, it's their choice. For these ones, there's nothing we can do for them. We have to let them exercise their free will. Okay, everybody have a free will. So once somebody have made up their mind that they want to do something as an adult, there's nothing you can do. You have to let them walk that path and see where it will take them. Okay, so there's nothing we can do for these ones. These ones, I see them every day. I don't even consider them. My own path is different. The people I deal with are people that are practitioners or people that want to learn, people that want to know. Those are the people that I allow to come close to me. Those are the people that are coming to my space. For those ones that have decided they don't want anything to do with it, I don't even want anything to do with them. We are living in the same world but in different universes. So everybody is free. This is how life's supposed to be. But one thing I know is that these people, they have already shot themselves in the heads by cutting themselves up for their own, from their own source, from their own divinity. They have already sentenced themselves to a path of oblivion, because I know that that thing they are practicing, there's no future spiritually and physically. They already accepted their divines, which is a good thing. Personally, I believe we have too many unnecessary people on the planet as well. So once people decide to cut themselves up, I am actually happy. At least there will be more space for us, even in the spirit world. There will be much more space. So don't worry about those people. Okay, they are not our problems anymore. They are not your problem. If you have them, brothers and sisters like that, you should not even think about them. Okay, we are all here as different people from different sources to experience life. You need to focus on yourself and focus on what matters to you. So forget about those people. I have no room or space for them. From time to time, I see one of those people coming in to sneak into African spirituality to try to see if they can get something done. Normally, I don't like to even attend to them. And I chase away many of them. They think that the mentality that they have of African spirituality is very, very low. That's why they cut themselves from it. They see it as fetish. They see people like us as evil people that are working for Satan. This is the way they see people like us. So when they come into African spirituality, they want to talk down on you. They want to talk to you in a commanding tone. They want to just tell you something, then try to give you peanuts that you just rush to them, like they feel that the devil need their soul. That anytime they just tired of living their mundane life, they can just meet any spiritualist and just tell them something. I give you money, do it for me. They think the person will just rush to accept. This is the mentality they have. And I have disappointed many of them. When these kind of people come to me and they talk like this, sometimes I insult them, sometimes I block them, sometimes I teach them bitter lessons so that they will know that the mentality they have of this thing is totally wrong. These are people that have closed their eyes, ears to the voice of reason. There's nothing we can do for these ones but just to watch them, and whatever paths this team leads them, we wish them the best. But we know that spiritually they are not going anywhere. Okay, so many of them will become successful. They will have money, they will have a lot of material possessions. Many of them are rich people, but spiritually they are not still going anywhere. Okay, so we don't need, they are living the best life for themselves. What they know, they are focused on this physical life only. It is the only life they know. They do everything to acquire, live, eat, enjoy themselves, or acquire physical properties that nobody ever brought to this life. When they die, they go back to dust. They have accepted this reality. So they are living their optimum best to promote this reality. This is what they have. So we and these people are not the same. Okay, you and them are not the same. Why they may achieve so many material wealth on these physical planets, you as a spiritualist will not have that. You didn't come here with anything. You are more connected to the earth. You are not more connected to the unseen. So your vision is stronger than their vision. Your spirit is stronger than their spirits. So your spirit will last much longer than theirs. While they are faded away, you will still be alive, and you will still be active doing the work of the spirits. Okay, so it's you and these people, you are not the same. You are more powerful than them spiritually. Even physically, you are more powerful than them. So you don't need to envy them. You don't even need to consider them. They are, we call these ones men of sands. Okay, we are men of spirits. So we are different. We are immortals. These people, they are not immortal. Okay, they will not live forever. They will fade faster than us. So we are not the same people, and you need to know this. So when you focus on the spirit things, you focus on the deities, uh, that is the place you are going to see yourself when you cross over. But these people, they don't have any place for themselves in anywhere. And this is a head that is dying. Everything they focus on are things that are dying, things that will die. But we focus on things that are eternal. So this is how we become eternal beings. Okay, we focus on real life things, things that we see, we prove that we have a lot of validity, spiritual validity. So this is how we achieve our immortality in spirituality. Okay, this is how we achieve it. So you need to follow this path, but I need to warn you that the path is not a smooth path, but nothing good comes easy. If it's the easy path, you will not have experience, you will not have wisdom, you will not have the tools that you need. If you are not seeing difficulty, how can you advise people about difficulty? It is a path of smoke. So people call it path of smoke. Some people call it path of fire. Some people call it crooked path, the spiritual path. But at the end of the day, I won't have it any different for me since I decided to take this path some years ago, almost 20 years ago. That have been very, very interesting. I have not looked back, and I have not regretted taking any step. It has given me a lot of wisdom, a lot of understanding, taking me to places I have not expected, and have connected me to a lot of people from different parts of the world, and I'm still striving today. So it's a path that once you start it, please do not look back. Just complete the path, because if you go back, it might be dangerous for you. Those forces that you will not achieve your destiny, number one, you would have failed the ancestors, and at the same time, those forces that are fighting against you, they're going to put you in a situation whereby you cannot be able to rise again. Okay, I've seen these cases before. People that have backslided, it's very difficult for them to catch up later on. They always have something that will kind of paralyze them, so that they will not be focused on the path anymore. So once you start the path, I advise you to complete it. Okay, so this is how we become immortals. We become immortals by knowing ourselves, by living our truth, becoming authentic as possible, the knowledge of self, and trying to make this world a better place, living a selfless life for others, life of service to humanity, not a life of stealing other people's things and by destroying the planet. Okay, so this is what I have for you today concerning this topic. Questions and comments are welcome. like and share this video. For those people that are already on this path, I will encourage you to keep striving, and you will get there. Keep focusing on what you are doing. Don't allow other people to distract you, especially you studying. Those people that are on my classes, make sure you read the books, know your history very well, have a powerful foundation. Once you have a strong foundation in African spirituality, nothing can be able to shake you easily. Nothing can take you away from this path. Okay, you be like a tree that have its roots very deep into the depths of the earth. So nothing can be able to push you. But if you don't have strong foundation, you will still be thinking here and there. You see a lot of people coming to attack. There's a lot of attack on that for coming to African spirituality. You'll be shocked by the kind of things you see. There are even people in America that are claiming that transatlantic slave trade did not happen. That the slave dungeons that we have all over Africa, that they are fake places, that there was no slave trades. Can you imagine? You see different kinds of people saying and doing different kinds of things. The attacks that Africans, I've never seen a spiritual system that have been more attacked in the world more than African spirituality. I have never seen any spiritual system that have been attacked the way we have been attacked. So the war, the struggle is real. For those people that are called to these paths, this is the path of the warrior. So don't think that there's any soft landing. You will not have any soft landing except you know what you are into. So those people that are coming to me, some people will come, see they don't want to read, I'm just looking at them and laughing. You're going to waste a lot of time if you don't have a strong foundation, because we are constantly under attack. And you need knowledge, and knowledge is power. You need this power. The work is internal. So you need to upload this knowledge into you, so that when you're doing your stuff, you will know how to operate. When you're doing your spell work, your spell working will be very, very powerful. Okay? Without this knowledge, you will just be like somebody that, like a kid in a lab that is just doing experiments, trying and error. We don't have time to be doing a lot of try and error. We don't really have that time. Okay? You need to be sure of what you are doing. So you need to have a very good foundation. So if you want to have very good foundation in African spirituality, I teach this on this channel. This is the purpose of me opening this channel. My website is here, River of Knowledge. You can register at my website. I will teach you, or you can contact me on WhatsApp. Contact my number on WhatsApp. I will teach you this stuff. Okay? Within 6 months, you are going to be a master of this stuff. You will not be afraid of anything anymore. You'll be confident in what you are doing. You will know yourself fully. And the power that comes with that, nothing is comparable to that power. That power from that knowledge of self. Nothing compares to it. Once you have this power, the same power that I have, you are going to have it too. The things that I do, you are going to do it. You will do more. Things that people have been doing before, those people you see, those ancient Kemetic people, you are going to do more than them, because you have access to the same power that they have. That's why you need to know this stuff. Okay? So it's not a matter of playing. It's not a matter of a vacation thing, or this real life situation. Serious matter. Okay? People, they die, but so you need to know this thing, because your enemies, they are everywhere. They are not sleeping. You see them every day. You see them in the news every day. People that wish you dead. People that don't want anything good for Africa. They don't want anything good for any black person. You see them every day on the news. You are still playing. They are planning 24 hours on how to kill you, how to eradicate you, how to delete you. You are laughing. You are playing with them. You are drinking with them. You see this. You don't know the matter is serious. The struggle is real. So you have to take this thing very seriously. As people that are called to these paths, you have work to do. How many of us are doing the work? And we see so many fake spiritualists on YouTube. By the way, many of the spiritualists we see on Facebook and YouTube, many of them are fake people. So don't be looking that there are so many people here doing the work. I don't need to do it. I made that mistake before. That mistake was what slowed me from coming online. Because when I go online, I see so many spiritualists, I see so many people are here. I don't need, how many of them are doing the real thing? Many of them, a good 90% of them are fake people. So don't look that because you see a lot of people, you feel there's a lot of competition, you cannot start your own. Don't get that impression. It's never too late to start. Start your own channel, start your own practice, and start doing the authentic thing. When you start doing your practice, you will know what is really going on behind the scene. A lot of these people that are out there pretending that they are champions of Africa, they are fighting for you. You should relax. They have this organization, they have that organization. Many of them are fake people. I have to warn you, many of them are working for the enemy. So don't think that they are not doing anything. They are just there to cover the space, to give you the impression that they are doing something so that you will relax, so that you will not do anything. Okay, many of them are fake people. The struggle is very, very real. The war that we are facing, the things that I am seeing from behind the scene is very, very serious. I see a lot of fake people contact me every day. I see a lot of fake spiritualists trying to attach themselves to me. They will just come, they think that if I don't have a solid foundation, I will fall for these people. They will just create YouTube channel. They want to associate themselves with you so that they will bring you down. Once I see these people, I see your channel, I will know instantly where you are coming from because I have a very deep knowledge of African spirituality. I told people I have studied this thing up to 400,000 BCE, before Jesus Christ's story. So my foundation is very, very deep. So the deeper you go into history, the more you can see into the future. This is the power that you will get. The farther you go into history, the farther you can see into the future. So when you see these fake people coming up, you already know where they are pushing these lies, how they have been able to poison the message. Many of them will poison the message. You will think that they are mixing the lies and the truth. If you don't have a good foundation, you will not know, you cannot be able to see this. Okay, you cannot be able to see this. So that's why I emphasize this study, so that you can know when somebody is poisoning, injecting lies to corrupt you, to divert you from what is going from the real message. You can be able to kick them around. I see them every day. A lot of them come to me pretending. If I tell stories, one day I will do a message like this. I'll be talking about my experience with other fake spiritualists. A lot of them are online. Many people that practice real spirituality, they are ashamed to come on YouTube. Many of them don't even have a YouTube. Many of them, you don't even know them. Regular people, the real people that are doing this stuff. You see them every day. You don't even know a lot of them. But a lot of fake people are online. Many of them want people's money. Many of them want to hijack your spirituality, to micromanage it. Those are most of them you're going to see online. That's why you need to know this thing. I also keep saying this. The best way to practice African spirituality is to practice it by yourself. If you really want to learn this thing, you must put effort inside. You must study. You must know one or two things. Okay, this is very, very important. Getting a good foundation. There's a power that comes with it that not everybody will have. So you need to go deep into the stuff. The deeper you go, the more power you have. Okay, so many people look at me and say, how can you do these things? So you are able to do all these things. Yes, I worked for it. It took me years to learn. I learned. I have a lot of spiritual teachers, some good, some bad. I learned from everybody. I was a member of esoteric societies. I also learned from them. To all this knowledge, body of knowledge, I was able to gather it, synthesize it, articulate it, and be able to come up with something very good, be able to filter the lies, the truth. So when I see these people, whether you come from Jewish angle, you come from your Western occultism, you even come from African spirituality, you come from Kemet, you try to poison the old stuff, I will still know what you are talking about because I have studied it extensively and I have mastered it, almost every extent of it. That's why I can be able to stand here and talk about the subjects. I can be able to do spiritual work for people because I know the stuff. This spiritual path is a place that people don't last long. Even if you fake or real, people don't really last long. Yeah, there's a lot of spiritual attack. There's a lot of battles going on. But so far, I'm still here. And I think I'm going to be here for a while. Okay. I have a service to do for humanity, and I believe I am filling a gap, I am fulfilling a purpose, and I'll continue to be here for as long as possible. Okay, so my advice to you people, you need to know this stuff. To become immortal, to walk the path is not easy, but once you have a good foundation, it becomes easy. If you really want to learn this stuff, you need to have a good foundation. A lot of people have gone through my program. I teach them. They have completed the program. Many of them, people that have come through my program, they are very powerful spiritualists because they know the stuff that they learned and what I taught them. Within the next 5 years, we are going to be seeing a lot of powerful people come out of Africa. We're going to be seeing a lot of things happen because I know what I have done, what I have been able to do in this regard. I have done a lot of things, but the fruits have, they are still germinating. Within the next 3-5 years, you will start seeing the fruit of my work. Me myself, I know that the seeds that I am laying today, it will take years to germinate. So I'm not worried. I am patient. So patience is power. So within the next 5 years, people are going to be seeing a lot of powerful spiritualists coming out of Africa, coming out of Nigeria, from different parts of the world. They'll be springing off, and we're going to see a lot of great change that will be coming. A great transformation is coming to this earth, coming to the future of African people. Okay, so this is what I am doing here, and I'm very glad to be able to have this privilege to do this work, and I'm going to continue to do it to the best of my abilities and capabilities. This is how we become immortal. So immortality, you have to work for it. Okay, it's not something that you can just get. Nobody will get. There's no promise of that. So you have to follow the path of the ancestors, follow the path of the ancient ones, follow the call of the wild, the voice from within. That still voice is what will take you to the place that you need to be. Okay, so this is what I have for you today. For those people that have watched, I thank you. And if you want to really learn this path, register. My website is there, River of Knowledge. It is still waiting for you. And my book is also there, Quantum Physics and African Spirituality. It is there waiting for you. And I also do spell works as well, consultations. So the rest things you can find out from my channel as usual. So I think I'll be going from here, and I'll be seeing you in the next video as usual. So take care and bye. Peace.